Hi, I'm Monica.
I'm Cash,
I'm Nova.
and this is Anxious at Bedtime. Anybody got anything else? Anybody else want to try?
I hope you're anxious, but if you aren't, and it is I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. I got nothing.
If you ain't dang old anxious and it's around the bedtime, we might make you that way, perhaps.
Perhaps. And
Especially with this episode.
yeah, I was gonna say to make you anxious today, we've got a Nova episode that sounds terrifying.
Today's episode, we will be talking about mysterious disappearances, a subject that personally terrifies me, but also intrigues me deeply. It's just so scary how people can disappear off the face of the earth without a trace.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into it. The first story I got here is about 19-year-old Brandon Swanson, born January 30th, 1989, and disappeared seemingly off the face of the earth at only 19. On May 14th, 2008, Brandon was driving home from a friend's house. They had been celebrating the end of their college year, but on his way home, he drove off the road and into a ditch. Not wanting to get police involved, he called his parents. It was around 2 a.m. He told them he knew exactly where he was and wasn't too far from home. His parents stayed on the phone with him the whole time. They kept telling him, like, make sure you stay on the phone with us, and that they'd go meet him. They drove to the location that he described, but he was nowhere to be seen. Neither was his car. His parents started flashing their headlights and told him to do the same so that they could see each other, but they still couldn't see him or his car at all. Brandon told his parents that he could see some lights from what he thought was a nearby town and that he was going to try walking towards the town and have his parents meet him at the parking lot of a bar there. His parents told him to stay on the phone with him the whole time again, which he did. He admitted to his parents that he was cutting through fields and jumping over fences to save himself some time. About 47 minutes into the call, Brandon suddenly yelled, "Oh shit," then fell completely silent. His parents kept asking him if he was still there, then thought maybe he dropped his phone and couldn't see it because it was dark. So they hung up and tried calling again several times, hoping he'd see the screen light up, but he never answered. Brandon has never been seen or heard from since then. His car was found in a ditch around 20 miles away from where he thought he was. He is still missing to this day. There are some theories, like maybe he fell into a bog or a river, but I feel like if he did, his parents would have heard noises indicating that, which they didn't. Like both parents confirmed that they didn't hear any sounds, like after he said, "Oh shit," like right before or after. Now, this is where things get pretty weird. When his car was found, the doors were left open. He also took an unusual route home, avoiding the highway, which many think it was because he had been drinking. Like people at the party confirmed that like he only had like I think it was only like two drinks or something. So he wasn't really like drunk, but he still didn't want to risk it. So that's why he took the route he did. But it's still weird. I can send you like pictures of the map that he of the route that he took and stuff too. It's like way out of his way. It was crazy.
Is it confirmed that he took that route? No, because he thought he was somebody somewhere else, huh?
Yeah, so I'm not really sure like how, but like somehow he just completely went off route.
Maybe when he was walking, somebody like stole his car and that's where they left it, and that's why it's so far out of the way.
But that was another kind of interesting thing too, is he took his car keys with him. So I don't know if they checked if the car was hot wired or anything, but I don't know. But it's still so weird.
Did he tell his parents he took the car keys?
Yeah. And or at least they weren't found in his car, and to this day they still haven't been found.
See, I kind of feel like if somebody stole the car, that would explain why all the doors are open like that. Like if it were maybe a group of like just kids being dumb and then they took the keys thinking my fingerprints are on this because I used them.
Mm,
Yeah, it took off with the key. I see that.
Yeah.
hmm
Whoever stole the car stole the keys, and it maybe not him in particular.
That's the best theory I have for why the car would be so far out of the way. but I have no idea why his parents wouldn't see him if he were where he thought he were.
Right? That's the other thing that gets me too.
Options are weird. Either he wasn't on the road he thought he was on, or he was on that road and he left his car really weird.
What if it's like that show we just watched?
What show?
Where that one person, that girl was trying to get away from her family, so she faked her own death. Yeah, wait,
Oh.
maybe that's what he's doing. He was like, "Fuck this,"
But why call your parents instead of just leaving the car and leaving
because
everything up?
then he, maybe that's just what he chose to do to seem more committed, like he was trying to get home, and
Maybe.
something happened.
That'd be so sad.
That would be.
Because his parents, like, since it happened, they leave the porch light on for him every single night.
Oh.
That's a little sad, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And then another thing too is like, so they weren't able to exactly track like the precise location of his phone, but they were able to detect where the last king was off of one of the cell towers or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he was within a 5 mile radius of that tower. And even at that, like it was still not where he said he was. And like, oh, it's just so crazy. Like this, so much goes into this. I was reading it for like so long, and I was just like, oh my God, like there's a lot of stuff that goes into this.
Was the ping near where the car was found?
I'll have to look at the map again. I think it was a few miles away from the car.
Okay. Was it closer to the car or closer to where he thought he was?
I think it was closer to the car,
Okay. That's still weird, but
right? Because his car was found like 20 miles away from where he thought he was. But like even the map doesn't make that much sense,
that's pretty damn far.
right? I'll find the pictures of the maps and send them to you because like it just don't make no sense.
Okay. And I'll make sure to post those too.
Yeah, even when he said he was running through like random fields and hopping and jumping and doing all that shit, 20 miles is a long fucking way, especially in what seemed like a way
Mhm.
shorter period of time. 20 miles is a lot to fucking run.
Yeah.
For real. And then another strange thing too is that he was legally blind in his left eye, which he did wear glasses for, and the glasses helped. He had depth perception problems in his left eye, but for reasons unknown, he left his glasses in the car before he started walking.
What?
Right?
See, starting a new life. I'm back on that theory.
But he still had to have glasses. Why would he leave those behind?
Maybe he had contacts and he was like, let me leave these as a fucking, something, dude.
That's weird. I hope he's alive and out there somewhere. I don't know. I don't know if I believe that he faked his death though, or faked his
Me
disappearance.
too. Like he seemed like he was in a super happy family. Like he had a beautiful girlfriend and um he was going to college, just finished up the year. I forgot what he was going to college for, but I don't know. It's just it would be really weird if he did run off on purpose or just unexpected.
I'm not trying to diminish the family's like sadness or like how upsetting this is at all. I'm just like hopeful that he's good. He's out there somewhere, and he was like, "Hey, just need a little bit of a break, man." That's more so what I mean.
Mm.
They did use search dogs as well, which picked up his scent and followed it for about 3 miles, and then ended near a stream. Or, well, they thought it ended near a stream. One of the dogs jumped into the water, but was easily able to get back out, which suggested Brandon could have done the same thing if he fell in. But again, his parents heard no sounds indicating him falling into water at all.
Yeah. But you definitely think if the dog could get out that he would be able to.
I think so,
But I think a river, whether he dropped his phone or he fell in, his parents would have heard that.
right? Same. Like just any noise.
Mm-hmm.
Running water at some point,
Yeah.
something.
For real.
Were there bogs around?
Um, I'm not 100% sure. Like on one of the videos that I saw for it, there were people commenting saying that he probably fell into a bog, but looking at the pictures, it's just I'm not too sure if there actually are bogs in that area or not. 'Cause, like it's a lot of field and like farm and stuff,
Yeah.
but you never know,
Yeah, I don't know much about bogs, so I don't know if it would like make noises like a river if he fell into it, but you'd still think his parents would hear something.
right? The water itself, like the river, was also never searched at first,
Oh.
just the areas around it, which I think is kind of insane. But they did like search it later. Like I'll get into that in a little bit. Um, Other dogs followed his scent from one end of the water to the other. His phone and car keys have also never been found, like I said earlier. There were some nearby farmers that denied access to their farms for the search due to harvest season. And even some of the dogs were picking up his scent on some farm equipment too. But the farmers were still like refusing to let them search their farms.
Oh no, I have heard this story before. Isn't it a theory that he like passed out in one of the fields and a farmer accidentally ran him over or something with the farm equipment?
Oh, I didn't see anything about that, but that would be so horrible.
Yeah, I think I heard that on I think it was one of those true crime TV shows.
That'd be fucked up.
Yeah,
That'd be so horrible. Oh my God.
I hope not for a million different reasons.
Right,
But I definitely think that not letting the cops search the property at all is it's a little bit weird, especially if the dog's alerted to the equipment.
right.
Yeah, it's a little odd
Yeah.
for sure.
By 2011, over 122 square miles had been searched to no avail. One year, the water did dry up due to a drought, but he still wasn't found. Like, as soon as the water dried up, like, they immediately sent people out there to go looking through it, but they didn't find anything. No car keys, no phone, no Brandon,
That's wild.
right? Every lead they've come up with always leads to a dead end.
Oh, this one hurts my heart so much. His poor family,
For real, though, it's so fucking sad.
especially since he did the right thing and he called his parents and like asked for help. And
Especially they were on the phone.
yeah.
hmm It's just so sad. And then his parents actually, oh goodness, I forgot what law it was, but within their state, they were actually able to get some sort of law passed to help others. I think it was something to do with searching the farmlands.
Oh, yeah.
I could be wrong, but they actually got that passed and said that even though it wasn't passed for them to help find their son, hopefully they can help someone else find theirs later down the road. It's so sad. It's called Brandon's Law.
Oh, but that is nice that some good came out of it.
For real. And then after harvest did end, the farmers did let them investigate a little bit, but only when it like the season permitted. But I still feel like even though with harvest, they should
Yeah.
have complied.
Do you know what they were farming?
Marijuana.
That could be a reason why they didn't let people on.
Maybe.
No, because I'm racking my brain. Like, what crop could you be growing to where you didn't want people even just walking through your field? I don't know. Because I'm tired and all I can picture right now is like corn. And obviously, you can walk through corn. Wheat, I think you can walk through wheat without damaging anything. Maybe like strawberries? I don't know.
Right. I know. I don't know. Like heck, even potatoes, they're underground. Carrots, underground.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, cabbage and lettuce and all that stuff.
But even then, cabbage and lettuce are so big that you would be able, like, you could see it and where to step, you know?
Yeah, walk around it.
Do you think somebody could have planted his glasses?
Back in his car.
Yeah. Oh, that's fair. That's kind of weird and out of the way. But maybe they moved his car so that it wasn't. This is all just me theorizing. I'm not saying that I believe that it was a farmer or anything like that. But if we just for a moment pretend that it was, or somebody around that area, even if it was like a drunk driver that hit him or something, maybe they planted his glasses and moved his car so that people wouldn't be drawn to that area. They wouldn't be looking as hard in that area because they're like, oh, his car was over here. You know what I mean?
hmm
I suppose.
But another weird thing too is that like so some of the cops that were talking about it and like talking about his car, they said that based on how it was, they couldn't tell which direction he was coming from or going. And if you saw it, you would think that someone just parked there. Like you wouldn't think someone had crashed into that ditch or anything. Like it was really parked peculiar,
Yeah, that's weird too.
right? Like just so much about this case is just so fucking weird and don't make no sense.
But see, that kind of fits the theory that somebody moved the car.
Hmm.
But I forgot that he went into a ditch. That's a lot of work to pull a car out of a ditch and then park it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Hmm. I don't know much about the area that it happened at. I forgot what state it was in, but you know, you'll get some of those weird people that are very much hard on the don't you dare trespass ever under any circumstances, you know. But even at that though, like, because I was thinking about like, what if it was a farmer and he got hit upside the head with something or something like that, but his parents still heard no sound.
Yeah.
Like, that's the part that always takes me back is his parents didn't hear shit. So what the fuck happened? Like, was he abducted? Like, what? I don't know. It's just weird.
Because even if he just dropped his phone and couldn't find it, you would think you would hear him being like, Mom, Dad, fuck, I can't find my phone. Like
For real.
anything,
Or
not
like,
just,
fuck, shit.
yeah,
Oh no, something.
not just a singular, oh shit.
And then silence. Like, it's just crazy.
Ruffling something.
Yeah. Even footsteps, like, but nothing.
A shriek.
If it were a pterodactyl that grabbed him. But this is a paranormal podcast.
Oh yeah.
So let's talk the paranormal aspects and theories.
Aliens.
What if he was abducted? I know.
Oh, I didn't even think aliens for some reason. That'd be insane. And that could explain why they didn't hear anything. He just was beamed up.
There's just no other explanation.
I was thinking maybe somehow he fell into a different dimension.
Ooh, portal hopping.
Yeah,
That would be crazy.
but I think I like the alien thing better.
Ooh, I like both.
But because that's what it reminded me of from the beginning was when the parents and him were like, we're in the same spot and I can't see you. Different dimensions.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. I was like thinking that too. Like when I first read or heard about it,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what the fuck? Ain't no way. But that makes so much sense for like so much of it. Like his car doors being left open, his car being very weirdly parked,
Yeah.
him disappearing without a sound or a trace. Oh gosh, that's just crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of all I can come up with.
Yeah, 'cause, like even if it was like some other like cryptid or something, like the grass man, Bigfoot or whatever, like I feel like he would have said more than just "oh shit," or he would have been able to hear something
Yeah,
else,
you'd
like
hear the
whether it be the monster grunting or him trying to run away,
Even if it was
just
Mothman, you'd
anything.
hear the fucking wings.
flapping wings. Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what you wouldn't hear though?
What?
If he put his phone on mute, set it down, and just fucking kept going.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. What if he accidentally dropped his phone and hit mute?
Oh, that'd be so sad.
I accidentally hit mute all the time.
That would be crazy.
I mean, that's still kind of like that's a lot of things having to happen at the same, like a lot of weirdness having to happen at the same time for that to,
To
but
possibly have worked out that way.
yeah, to possibly to end up in his disappearance. So I don't know.
Well, my money is still on aliens.
Yeah, I think that's where I've landed is aliens.
You guys are welcome.
Yeah. But you know what? Hopefully, if it was aliens, he's up there still in a UFO somewhere or another planet, just living his fucking best life.
Hmm. Or even if it was like a portal situation too, hopefully he's still somewhere having dinner with his parents every Saturday or something, you know.
Yeah.
Well, this has been Anxious at Bedtime.
It's not the end of the episode.
This isn't the end of the episode either.
Okay, this next case is pretty similar. This one is about a woman named Maura Murray. On February 9th, 2004, Maura got into a car crash. Around 7 p.m., a resident heard a loud thump outside. Through her window, she saw a car up against a snowbank and called the cops to report the accident. At first, the woman claimed to have seen a man inside the car smoking a cigarette, then later stated she didn't see that, but instead a glowing red light, possibly from a cell phone. Shortly after, a motorist and a school bus driver stopped at the scene, asking Maura if she needed any help, but she refused, insisting she had called AAA and she was begging them not to call the cops. But something weird is that the call to AAA never happened.
Oh.
Yeah. The bus driver knew the area didn't have that good of cell service, so he went home and called the police himself. Another local resident coming home from work claims that she saw a police SUV parked face to face with Maura's car, but there was no like that wasn't a cop. She didn't see anyone inside or out of either vehicle, so she kept driving. That happened at around 7:37, but the cops didn't actually get there until about 10 minutes later at 7:47. When the cops did arrive, Maura was absolutely nowhere to be found and has been missing since then.
Oh shit, she just totally disappeared.
Yeah.
Like right after calling the cops.
She didn't call them.
But yeah, she just up and dipped. There has been a lot of speculation and theories around the case since. There's also documentaries out about it. I have yet to watch them, but I absolutely want to after doing the research on this story because this one is also completely bonkers. Like there are so many theories, so much research that has been done. There's just a lot to this one too. It's crazy. Like I didn't even since I haven't watched the documentary series, like I don't know quite everything that has been put into the search, but
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot.
But just to clarify, did she call the cops or did the bus driver call the cops?
The bus driver and the
Okay, yeah.
lady that called first too. But that's something too that's pretty weird is so that one lady that said that she saw the man smoking a cigarette in there and then changed her mind and said, "That's not what I saw. It was just a red light." Why didn't the cops get there sooner? It wasn't until after the bus driver got home and called it in, and then the cops went out there.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they were like, it doesn't seem super suspicious or like,
And they're like, this lady's off her rocker. She can't even tell what she saw or not.
yeah, maybe.
Her sister has also not given up on finding her, or at least some answers. She actually has a TikTok account and a podcast, shout out, that's completely dedicated to the whole thing. It's pretty awesome. Like I watched some of her videos and like she really takes into account like some theories and questions that people have. And like she does a pretty good job at like responding to people and like just like doing updates about the case and stuff. It's awesome.
What's her username?
Um, I forgot, but her name is Julie. Julie Murray.
Okay, let me see. I want to follow her.
Do it. But it's very admirable. Like you can just see how much she really fucking cares about it, and it's beautiful.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Her TikTok handle is Maura Murray Missing.
Hmm.
I went missing once.
Yeah, you did. Maybe you'll tell that story sometime.
Probably not.
But that's awesome that her sister is still out there advocating.
Right? I know. I love that. Some people suspect foul play. Others think she purposefully ran away and wanted to start a new life. And some other people think that she might have gotten a concussion from the crash and wandered into the woods and got lost. But nobody really knows for sure. Again, like this case is honestly such a rabbit hole with so many different theories. It's hard to cover all of them. So this one's fucking crazy. One of the videos that her sister posted that I saw, it was based on suggestions from like people that were commenting. But a lot of people were pointing out the uncanny resemblance between Maura Murray and Maura Healey, governor of Massachusetts. Again, it's just theory, but holy smokes, those two women look so much alike. It's insane. I'll tag you in the video, but the resemblance is crazy,
That's wild.
right? Like the woman or the governor, she is supposedly like a little bit older than Maura,
Mm-hmm.
but people were like, then again, that age could just be something that she's claiming she is.
Oh, like a vampire?
But it's just insane. Like they have the same teeth, the same eyes, the same chin line, like everything. Another thing worth noting too, an update from her sister Julie in 2023 is that the case is now considered a suspicious missing person instead of criminal case.
Oh shit.
And I'm not exactly like me personally, I'm not too sure what exactly that means, but I hope it means it rules out foul play or something like that,
Hopefully. I don't know. That's really weird.
right? And it's like, especially too, after all these years and their last year just now changing it up. But hopefully that means good news.
Yeah.
Her sister seemed kind of excited about it. She said it's not like this huge update or anything, but to her and her family, it kind of means a lot.
Yeah. Any updates, especially after this long, you'd think is
Hmm.
not necessarily good news, but one step closer to closure, which I'm sure.
News is news.
Yeah.
Got to be something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's talk about some of the stuff that was leading up to the incident. This is crazy. She was going to college, um, but I think it was actually the morning of her disappearance, like not too long before her disappearance, she turned in an assignment for one of her classes, which to a lot of people that kind of points that maybe she didn't run off on purpose. Because
Yeah.
if you were running away, like you wouldn't be worrying about your fucking homework.
No. Even if you're trying to keep up appearances,
Hmm.
forget that.
Right?
She had integrity. All right.
A lot of her stuff in her dorm room was packed up in boxes. She didn't tell anyone why or when she did that, but they think it was the weekend before she disappeared, which that alone is kind of strange. And it does indicate like so there are a few things that indicate she did have intentions of going somewhere, but she didn't tell anyone. And she obviously didn't have her car. And so I don't know, it's just all strange.
Was her stuff left in the dorm room though?
Yes, that's something else, is that the boxes were left in her room. She did have some stuff in her car, but not like a whole lot of stuff. Like nothing you could like start a whole new life on.
Yeah, that's very weird.
And then a little bit before that too, the last found footage of her was through an ATM camera where she withdrew an oddly specific amount of $280. After that, she went to a liquor store and people confirmed that she was not alone there. I didn't see any footage from that store or anything though, and no one knows who it was that was with her. But she bought some alcohol. I forgot all the different kinds that she bought, but one of them was some red wine. And when she crashed her car, there was like the bottle of wine broke. So there was like red wine all over the car. They kind of panicked and thought it was blood at first, but they tested it and it was just wine.
The $280, did she still have money in her account after that, or did she just like max out her account?
I think she did still have money in her account after that.
I feel like the $280 is oddly specific
Yeah.
Hmm.
for the reason that she was going to buy $280 worth of alcohol. If that's exactly where she went after, like I think she was like, "Hey, I don't want this on my account, but I'm gonna go buy some liquor."
Maybe. Maybe she tallied up how much money she needed for it first.
Yeah, I used to do that when I would go to the liquor store.
Yeah.
If I didn't want to use my card, yeah,
Yeah, that could make sense, I guess.
She was also looking into like renting this place, but she was denied it for some reason. I don't know how much that place was, or if it was just going to be like for the weekend or a week or what.
So, renting a place, do you mean like renting a house, renting a hotel, Airbnb, meeting room?
I forgot what kind of building it was, but it said that her parents used to rent it out for like little vacations or something like that.
Okay.
So I don't think it was like a long-term thing, just like a little holiday.
That would explain all the alcohol. Maybe she's going to throw a party.
And then this is another weird thing too. So she called, or like she left school early and stuff, and she was telling everyone that her family had an emergency and that she was going to be gone for a week, but her family confirmed that that was absolutely not true.
That one's not that weird to me because unfortunately, we have met people that use family emergencies a lot as reasons to get out of things.
Yeah,
Hmm.
people
They,
tell me all the time.
yeah, we've even had people say a family member has passed away to get out of things.
Yeah, quite a few times. I used to work with this guy. He had a brother die like every 6 days for like 2 years. I don't know how many fucking brothers he had, but holy shit, he had a very unfortunate life.
Like, really though?
No,
Oh, you said it
you
so
can't have that
sincere. I
many
was
fucking
confused.
brothers. God damn.
Yeah, no, people, yeah, I could see her just saying that to get out of school or whatever, potentially,
Hmm.
especially if she was like trying to have a party. But you'd think if she was gonna have a party, people would have known.
That's another thing too.
Did she have friends outside of the school?
Um, I'm not too positive. I think so though. She was in school for like nurse stuff, and I'm pretty sure they said that she had some friends like at school, but outside of school, I'm not really sure of.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm talking a lot, but I have no ideas, no theories.
Right. There were some people that like suspected that maybe she walked into the woods after her crash, like whether she had a concussion or not. And like maybe she got lost, maybe she froze or something. But, there's been no body to be found, which is a good thing. But
Hmm.
I don't know, it's just like, was there just something like in the woods that got her?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
Very strange.
Right. I definitely want to watch the documentaries on this series too, to like just get more information and like maybe we could do a part two on this too, like after I do that in the future. But it's just crazy. Like I don't get it. I really like the theory though that she's just this governor in another state and
Yeah,
just
that'd be
restarted her life. And maybe she forgot her previous life. Like maybe when she got into the accident, she forgot everything but her first name or something.
That's something I always think about with cases where people just disappear is did they get amnesia and just accidentally start over?
For real though.
In her dorm, was everything packed up or just some stuff?
I think it was everything,
Okay, that's weird.
right?
Because if it was just some stuff, I was thinking maybe it was stuff for the party if she was going to have a party, like decorations or cups or whatever, you know. But everything, I don't know, that's weird.
Right. Yeah, that one's just really weird. And I really hope they do find her.
Me too.
Or heck, what if it's another dimension, like jumping dimension situation too, or something?
Mm, these ones are heavy.
I know, I'm sorry.
It's okay. The stories need to be told.
Exactly. And I personally didn't know about either of these cases until I looked them up. I'm really glad I did though, because like
Hmm.
at least we can get even more word out. More people can be on the lookout, or even people could do their own research and try puzzling pieces together or something, anything useful.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know how to wrap that up. That's it's sad. I hope they get found.
Sorry for the heavy episode, everyone.
No, it's okay.
I feel like there's going to be more to come on this.
I think so.
Hmm. Yes, I absolutely want to do another part where I have more information to disperse.
But good thoughts, good vibes. My heart is
Mhm.
with all of the family members.
Indubitably.
Absolutely.
Um, you can follow our social medias, Anxious at Bedtime. If you or somebody you know has had a paranormal experience, please email it to anxiousatbedtimepodcast@gmail.com and we'll read it on the pod.
Like, share, follow, subscribe.
Do all the things.
Good night.